Welcome to another edition of Exposing the Bidens. What is this, episode 7? Here's what we're going to talk about today. Today we're going to talk about the legalities of the stuff. So Marco Polo put this section in to say, look, we're not doing this for you to go attack Hunter Biden. You know, some legal stuff. So we might as well get it over with. So let's do this legal mumbo jumbo. And then the further episodes on, we won't have to deal with this anymore. So we're asking you guys right now, watch this part and just you know, go along with it. Probably not what you want to see today, but that's what we're doing. So here we go. It says, it is important for Marco Polo to make clear, especially to law enforcement agencies, that this report was prepared with an extremely attentive eye towards 18 U.S.C. Section 119. Having seen the lengths the FBI and other entities in the apparatus have gone to harass citizens. Believe me, I know all about this harassment, right? I had the FBI raid my freaking house just to take my cameras and my video equipment. Who exposed corruption, said differently. We redacted whatever was legally required to be redacted in this report and absolutely nothing more. Marco Polo does not break the law. We expose those who do. So this is us, including me as well. I don't work for Marco Polo. I bought the book and now I'm reading it to you guys. You can actually buy the book too, and we'll put the link in the description down below. So let's continue on with this. It says, in general, whoever knowingly makes restricted personal information about a covered person or a member of the immediate family of that covered person publicly available, with the intent to threaten, intimidate, or incite in the commission of a crime of violence against that covered person or a member of immediate family that covered the person, or with the intent and knowledge that the restricted personal information will be used to threaten, intimidate, facilitate the commission of a crime of violence against the covered person. So basically, don't threaten Hunter Biden because of this. Don't threaten Joe Biden don't threaten anybody because of this. If you feel this information, you know, is good for law enforcement, send it to law enforcement. Send it to the FBI, national security, any of that stuff, right? So I don't think we need to read all that stuff. Here it says, requires that any person who has knowledge of the actual commission of a felony must report it. So, you know, if we're giving you the knowledge, report it. Call the FBI office locally, right? It says in plain text, this statute or felony must report it as soon as possible to some judge or other person in civil or military authority. In plain speak, this statute required us to expose the felonies and other crimes contained on the Hunter Biden laptop and send the report to law enforcement agencies across the nation at the federal and state levels. Furthermore, Marco Polo and EddieBlockFilms unequivocally disclaims any intention to cause any threat, intimidating action, or incitement of harm to any person covered by 18 U.S.C. Section 119, and we do not condone, encourage, intend, or have any knowledge that any other person will or may use this information in the report for any lawful purpose, or the information in these videos. As we will demonstrate, Marco Polo's motive and EddieBlockFilms is to see justice delivered to all criminals by those who are responsible to carry it out. And you see all these links here, guys? We're going to put them in the description down below, so don't worry. You'll be able to see it all down below too. So it says their motive. My motive too. President Nixon's spokesman Ron Ziegler called Watergate a third-rate burglary. He was correct in his assessment then, and he is still correct today. Over 50 years later, the illegality contained on the Biden laptop surpasses whatever the Committee for the Re-election of the President supposedly did. Nonetheless, the corporate media is still obsessed with Watergate, but yet they're not worried about the Biden laptop. A key reason for writing this report and establishing a nonprofit entity to organize it was to give the small minority of honorable law enforcement officers and reporters a proper object for their obsession. The Biden laptop was a modern Rosetta Stone of white and blue-collar crime under the patina of the Delaware Way. Prior to the discovery of the Rosetta Stone, a number of ancient languages were mere gibberish and hash marks. Similarly, with the laptop, we were able to illuminate previously convoluted network webs of the people leading the charge for global governance. Additionally, the metadata on the laptop can inform other investigations. Truly, The Biden laptop can be considered a translation tool for open source intelligence, gathering info into the future. After pouring over 200 gigabytes of data, Marco Polo concluded, perhaps contrary to the popular belief, that there are not 2 or 3 boogeymen pulling the strings of America's decline, but rather a legion and of hangers-on and grifters who rely on Joe and the entire Biden family political mafia for introductions, jobs, prestige, and access. Because of the contemporary nature of this material, a report was the best medium for exposure. As you will see, exhibits drive the report. Books already written about the Biden laptop, and although extremely enlightening, featured no exhibits. So they're talking about, all the movies, the documentaries, but they didn't show exhibits. Here, we're giving you all the information. We're showing you the exhibits. We're going to have the links down below in the description, right? The movie also did not feature any of the exhibits. They're probably talking about the one with, oh my gosh, she used to be a hot MMA fighter. This report was our research group's tour through the Biden political mafia, and all of the narrative in this report is in service to the exhibits. The Biden laptop, along with material brought forth by Bobulinski and other whistleblowers, was akin to a 3,000-piece puzzle, but with many pieces missing. Marco Polo's mission was to put as many puzzle pieces together as we could. A report was the second best medium behind a documentary, which would have taken a while. Which, yeah, documentaries take a while. All right, let's see. So here we go. As stated previously, Marco Polo redacted only that which was legally necessary to redact. Shown below was a sampling of the indisputable identifying images found on the laptop that illustrated Hunter's ownership. The Biden laptop contained a trove of personal identificational information, which established beyond a reasonable doubt that this device belonged to the family. Evidently, one of the many live photos Hunter took was to assure a prostitute that it was really Joe's son with whom she was about to meet. Any foreign intelligence agency with the Biden laptop would be able to commit identity theft of Joe's entire immediate family, which was apparently did not concern the junta. So here we go. We've got a social security card, global entry card gives, I don't know what this global entry card is for. We got his Delaware ID, his DC license plate, another Delaware ID. Looks like his passport here. A background screening request. His registration for his Porsche, a DC driver's license, his bank card, all this good stuff right here. We have Hunter's $3 million life insurance policy from John Hancock, with his ex-wife Kathleen as the beneficiary. Was also among the plethora of primary source documents from the laptop that confirmed its authenticity. Right? All this stuff on there proves that this is Hunter Biden's laptop. The ex-couple's marital settlement agreement was also on the laptop, which alluded to this exact life insurance policy. A large portion of the background research for writing of this report was verifiable through public records and other tools. The authenticity of the laptop's documents, said differently, anyone with access to the Biden laptop, approximately 75 people per Marco Polo's internal research, can publish the documents and images. However, it takes a tremendous amount of time and a coherent research strategy to explain what the documents and the images mean and how they can be corroborated to withstand accusations of Russian tampering. So there's this policy, blah, 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 the policy number, the quarterly statement. So every quarter he's got to pay almost $9,000. Wow. Wow, that's a lot of money. All right, let's go to the next page. Whoops. Okay, next page. Sorry, guys. We're having a little technical difficulties here. Last one. It says a copy of Hunter Biden's certificate of birth issued by Delaware's Board of Health with an embossed raised seal was also on the laptop. And it was dated 6/18 of 1985. Joe's law firm at the time, Aronson and Balick, was listed on the certificate, along with a reference to Joe's first son, Bo. The certificate of birth also alluded to a stillborn or perhaps aborted child whose hunter mother, Nelia or Nelia, whatever you want to call her, from upstate New York near the Finger Lakes, previously delivered. It is unclear whether Joe fathered that child or not. So here's his mom and him. Here's his mom. Here's the birth certificate, right? So there you go. All right, guys. So we're going to end that here. We're going to have all the links in the description down below. Sorry, this one was not very informative, but we had to do this one just so you guys all know. Look, hey, follow the directions. We're following the law. We don't want to get arrested. We don't want you to get arrested. So, all right, guys. Come back tomorrow for another episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this. Please. Share, 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 as Ben says.